Hey, true believers, it's Englentine and woohoo! Silver Sable and the Wild Pack. Yeah, I'm Silver and Bold, 1 of 1, number 36. Excited to read this. The nostalgia for this is just massive, said no one ever. This has to be just because they announced there's going to be a movie. I can't think of anybody who was sitting around going, you know what? I think they need to make another Silver Sable and the Wild Pack. That would be awesome. No one cared about it the first time. That's why it's number 36, continuing the numbering from the 90s. Well, now, in the 90s, the book was fun for the first 6, maybe 8, 10 issues. But then it went downhill. That's when it became Silver Sable and the Wild Pack, because they realized she can't float a book, and you got to bring in all these other characters. It didn't work. Sorry, gang, and guess what? This book doesn't work. Now, let's get past the whole fact that they have this on-air execution, and they're using the Nazis. Nazis are bad. Okay. Everybody knows this. But the on-air execution thing, doesn't that kind of feel like it would be somebody else? So, even though it's trying to be bold, it falls so short. You're not being bold. It's like when Meryl Streep stood up in front of everybody that agreed with her and made bold comments about Donald Trump. No, if you're speaking to a room that agrees with you, it's not bold. The book is more action than story. Also, she's there to save people. She goes to save people. She fights this person. She stabs that person. She swims away from a shark, stabs it in an eye. It's ridiculous. It should be fun. But it just ends up being ridiculous. It's kind of funny because the master of Kung Fu was ridiculously fun. This is just ridiculous. There's not much story to it. There's not much caring that's going into it. Now, I guess the art is serviceable. At least Silver Sable is a woman. Got to give her that much. I mean, if she's the leader of the Wild Pack, which, by the way, is not represented in this Silver Sable and the Wild Pack book, at least they gave her a body. It's not like they do with the others where it's like, hey, she's a leader, make her a man. You know, it's nothing like that. I guess I'm trying to think of good things to say. I'm trying to think of what is there that's positive, what, you know, over just what's negative. What's negative is very simple. This is a one-issue book still being written for the trade paperback. Sparse pages, sparse story, no real characterization at all. There isn't. It's like, okay, she's Silver Sable, and she's stopping this boat full of Nazis from killing the hostages. That's it. That's what you get to know about her. She wears white. That's that you find out from the book. But there's you get more about the Nazi sidekick than you do about the hero. And that's a problem with modern day comic book storytelling anyway. But it's huge when it comes to a book that's a one-shot. You can make this deep, but they decide to make it absolutely shallow. It is a 1980s action film told about a 1990s comic book action star in 2017. Go figure. I can't. It's amazing the miss that they made turn this book into. I'm trying to think of, were there any good scenes? Was there any? I guess the bit where she stabs the shark in the eye, that was good. I like that. She meets up with Queen Nazi. I know it's not even like it was a guy. It ends up being a nurse in one of the hospitals. And she's like, I regret nothing. And she stabs her. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it have been a lot more interesting if the nurse actually did regret what she was all about? That this was her life? It would just have been so much more deep. But, you know, that's just me. I'm a different breed of cat when it comes to that stuff. Anyway, Silver Sable, piece of crap. It's a fail. Can't recommend it at all. And just like all of the one-shots so far, they have at the end where it's like, hey, we're not going to have a next issue, but if you want a next issue, send this email. Yeah, I would recommend you don't. Not if it's going to continue to be just like this.